Evelyn Carter stood in her backyard, the cool night air brushing against her skin as she peered through her telescope. The night felt special, a rare celestial event unfolded before her eyes. Eagerly awaited this moment for weeks. She adjusted the lens. Stars shimmered like diamonds scattered across a velvet blanket. Her breath caught in her throat. Midst the constellations was a bright S-shaped light cutting through the darkness. Pulsated with an ethereal glow that seemed to beckon her closer. Intrigued and overwhelmed by excitement, Evelyn hastily grabbed her notebook, determined to document every detail of this monumental sighting. Pulled furiously under the dim glow of a nearby lantern. The brilliance of the light contrasted sharply with the surrounding night sky, almost as if it were alive and communicating something profound. With each passing moment, she felt a magnetic pull toward the light, a connection to something greater than herself. News of this phenomenon spread rapidly on social media. Henry Reynolds took notice. Known in their town as a conspiracy theorist with dramatic flair, he quickly seized upon the story. His mind raced with wild theories about extraterrestrial beings reaching out through this enigmatic symbol in the sky. Meanwhile, Lily Ridd encouraged Evelyn to seek out others who shared their fascination for such mysteries. Suggested visiting the local observatory, where Dr. Arcus Hale worked, a skeptical astrophysicist known for dismissing myths surrounding celestial phenomena due to his scientific background. With newfound determination fueled by Lily's enthusiasm, Evelyn reached out to Dr. Hale via email but feared his likely dismissal of what she had witnessed. Despite this concern, sharing her experience felt essential. Perhaps it could lead them closer to understanding what lay beyond their world. Nights passed and murmurs about the S-light grew louder within their small community. Evelyn found herself caught between excitement and anxiety over what might come next, wondering if they would uncover truths or simply chase shadows. Little did she know that this was only the beginning of an adventure that would test their beliefs and alter their lives forever. Under a canopy of shimmering stars and whispers from unseen realms above them, Evelyn prepared to dive deeper into a mystery seemingly woven into existence itself, a journey sparked by one extraordinary sighting on an otherwise ordinary night. The observatory, Evelyn met Dr. Hale, who initially displayed skepticism towards her enthusiasm for the S-light, but agreed to help investigate as reports continued to pour in from various sources around town, each adding more layers of intrigue surrounding these sightings. Henry arrived soon after with his collection of documents on extraterrestrial occurrences and conspiracies he believed tied into this phenomenon, a move that created palpable tension between him and Dr. Due to their conflicting views on reality versus myth, they decided on organizing a watch party at a rural location known for previous sightings of mysterious lights, hoping together they could gather data while observing any new occurrences unfolding overhead during those long nights spent beneath an expanse filled with possibilities. Night fell during their first watch party. They witnessed an intensified version of the S-light forming intricate patterns across the sky, a mesmerizing display that left everyone awestruck yet apprehensive all at once. Subsequent nights spent watching for signs of activity linked back to this phenomenon. Strange occurrences began manifesting around them like whispers carried by wind and fleeting shadows darting among trees nearby, imbuing everyone involved with an unsettling feeling deep down inside, despite remaining captivated by what they sought after most. Answers hidden within those luminous beams above them. Despite differing beliefs about its origins swirling around those gathered together, there came moments when doubts crept into minds too rigidly held onto perspective, formed over years, the sight resembling ancient symbols alongside flashes, accompanying each appearance, prompting reflection among friends now divided further than ever before regarding purpose behind gathering these fragmented pieces together, seeking clarity amidst confusion present all around them still. Lingering just out reach ahead beyond darkened skies, which enveloped everything here tonight, casting long shadows born not solely from earthly concerns anymore alone. Either it seemed clear now, supernatural elements intertwined inseparably. Throughout events leading onward toward realization, dawning gradually without notice, finally hitting home hard, even hardest perhaps when least expected, thus making way forward seemed daunting, but also exhilarating combined. one fateful evening during another observation session, while gazing upward transfixed, suddenly swept up within wondrous beauty. Hovering overhead, Evelyn glimpsed something else emerging near their setup, a shadowy figure lurking silently, barely perceptible amongst fading starlight, but no one else appeared aware, nor willing enough acknowledge its presence, immediately causing unease settling thickly around all, gathered close together trying to comprehend what transpired right then. Just beyond grasp, literally slipping away as panic settled instead, leaving everyone feeling vulnerable, somehow exposed, facing unknown threats lurking unseen everywhere, still breathing closely next door, breaking boundaries established earlier, thereby shifting dynamics, drastically altering trajectories, destined collide, inevitably, eventually intertwining destinies, meant forge lasting impressions, unbreakable henceforth, shaping futures forever changed because ultimately confronting fears proved necessary, reconciliating truths previously obscured, forgotten beneath layers, protecting fragile psyches, yet untangling emotions tangled, tightly bound, until finally freed, released, allowing growth flourish. Blossom, opening doors, leading forth endless possibilities, waiting quietly, awaiting discovery, somewhere hidden past horizon, promising adventures. Further whisper secrets, yearning reveal themselves anew, time again, urging exploration. Continuing, existing even now, perhaps flickering brightly afar above, illuminating paths. Previously unexplored mystery lies still veiled, shrouded darkness, inviting wanderers, take flight, soar high, unfurl wings, follow dreams, chasing echoes. Told stories, yearning, breathe life midst silent nights, awaiting adventurers, brave, willing, take chances, unravel enigmas, always eager, journeys commence, whoever dare venture forth. Evelyn Carter arrived at the observatory, her heart racing with anticipation. A building loomed against the darkening sky, its dome-shaped roof silhouetted in the fading light. Inside, scents of polished metal and old books mingled in the air. Nervous yet excited, she approached Dr. Arcus Hale, who was engrossed in an array of charts and star maps. Dr. Hale looked up from his work, his brow furrowed in concentration. Known for his no-nonsense approach to astrophysics, he dismissed myths as unscientific. Yet Evelyn's fervor intrigued him, even if he couldn't quite place why. They exchanged pleasantries. Evelyn shared her experience of seeing the bright light. Her eyes sparkled with passion as she described how it danced across the night sky like a celestial brushstroke. Dr. Hale listened attentively, but remained reserved. Skeptical thoughts swirled through his mind. Just then, Henry Reynolds burst into the room, nearly toppling a stack of documents he carried. He radiated excitement as he proclaimed himself ready to unveil proof of extraterrestrial phenomena, a stark contrast to Dr. Hale's measured demeanor. Tension filled the air as Henry shared wild theories while Dr. countered each point with scientific reasoning and logic. Their opposing ideologies clashed on every level. Despite this tension, Evelyn proposed a joint investigation, an idea met with reluctance, but eventually agreement after some discussion about their methodology and goals. They decided on a watch party at a rural site, renowned for previous sightings far removed from city lights, where stars twinkled brightly overhead without distraction. Night enveloped them as they set up their equipment, telescopes pointing toward constellations while flashlights flickered like fireflies against looming trees nearby. Darkness deepened around them. Anticipation crackled in the cool evening air. They spoke in hushed tones under shimmering skies filled with whispers of potential discoveries, lying just beyond reach. Hours drifted by until suddenly a flash illuminated the heavens. A vibrant S-shape materialized before their eyes, expanding across vast stretches of darkness above like a portal opening to realms unknown. Gasps escaped lips as colors shifted within that strange formation, blues intertwining with greens and reds, blending fluidly together, all morphing into patterns resembling ancient symbols long forgotten by time itself. Silence fell over their group, awe mingled with fear, as they stared upward at this phenomenon, unfolding right before them, their arguments momentarily forgotten amid mystery's embrace. Then came faint murmurs carried by wind currents weaving seamlessly into nature's symphony that made shivers run down spines deeper than mere sight could provoke alone. That moment beneath starlit skies alive with celestial secrets, It became apparent they were partaking in something larger than themselves, bound together by curiosity, now tinged with uncertainty surrounding reality's very fabric. Intertwined between belief versus disbelief, standing side by side within shadows cast forth by enigma awaiting resolution among ordinary lives entwined forevermore through one brilliant shining letter formed high above this world. Lo, one fateful night while observing another appearance of the S-light, Evelyn saw a shadowed figure lurking near their setup, but no one else seemed aware or willing to acknowledge it at first. Panic set in when they realized they were not alone. Henry attempted to approach what he believed might be an alien entity, only for it to vanish along with all traces of that evening's lighting event. They confronted what they'd witnessed, both tangible the lights and intangible their fears. The group had to reconcile their beliefs about reality versus myth before parting ways forever changed by this experience. They leave behind this particular mystery for now. Other enigmas always linger just beyond reach in darkened skies above them as the nights wore on. Evelyn found herself increasingly captivated, yet unsettled by the unusual events unfolding around them. Each observation session became a blend of anticipation and unease. A bright S-light continued to appear, accompanied by whispers that seemed to dance on the wind, sending shivers down their spines. Evelyn often felt these murmurs were calling to her, urging her to listen more closely. He shared this feeling with Lily, who attempted to dismiss it as mere imagination fueled by excitement. Deep down, Evelyn couldn't shake off the sensation that something deeper was at play, a connection between the lights above and the shadows lurking just beyond their sight. While they set up their equipment in a field far removed from city lights, Henry excitedly pointed out an unusual pattern forming in the sky alongside the S-light. Resembled ancient hieroglyphs, a series of symbols that seemed both eerily familiar and entirely foreign. A sight left Evelyn entranced. She hurriedly scribbled notes in her journal while glancing nervously toward the tree line where vague shapes flickered just out of reach. Dr. Hale remained skeptical throughout these occurrences, despite his growing curiosity. He insisted on searching for rational explanations, attributing everything they witnessed to atmospheric phenomena or natural optical illusions, but even he could not ignore how their experiences began merging fact with folklore. Tensions mounted among them as debates erupted during quiet moments spent waiting for further celestial revelation. Henry's theories about extraterrestrial contact clashed fiercely with Dr. Hale's science-based arguments, creating rifts within their small group. Often played peacemaker, but found herself doubting what she truly believed, whether there was something more than just fanciful dreams intertwined within layers of reality, or if all lay solely rooted upon earthly perceptions. On one particularly cool night filled with anticipation and anxiety alike, they gathered once again under a vast tapestry of stars sparkling like scattered gems across dark skies, overhead the perfect backdrop for whatever awaited them next amidst this ever-unfolding mystery lingering tantalizingly close, yet frustratingly elusive. That something shifted in the air, an electric energy hummed through, as they exchanged uneasy glances filled with unspoken worries swirling beneath surface calmness now betraying fragility inherent within relationships forged over passion ignited from seeking truths intertwined among celestial wonders. Evelyn caught sight of it, a shadowed figure darting between trees along the perimeter of their setup, a fleeting glimpse barely there, before vanishing into nothingness like smoke dissipating at dusk. Fear crept quietly into every corner of their thoughts. They could no longer ignore the presence looming nearby, haunting them long after having departed. Their innocence faded away, placed instead by a growing understanding entwined with darker shades of intrigue, suffocating clarity, illuminated only by remnants strung together, forming intricate patterns, weaving tales, foreboding warning adventurers daring to tread too closely to edges established firmly throughout previous encounters, born from courage faced head-on, confronting realities, woven seamlessly together, awaiting reveal, ultimately shaping futures, altering trajectories onward into unknown territories, beckoning exploration, continuing to unveil stories yearning for life unfurled upon newfound wings, following dreams, promising adventures hidden past horizons, inviting wanderers embrace journeys ahead, daring risk entire being. Hutch echoes reverberating softly reminding them, always interconnected web-spun delicate threads, binding fragile lives, navigating waters unknown, unraveling enigmas, eager for journeys ready to commence whoever dares venture forth. Full night. A chill settled over Evelyn and her friends as they gathered at their remote watch party site. The anticipation hung heavily among the trees surrounding them, with stars dotting the sky like scattered diamonds against an endless expanse of darkness. They set up their equipment under flickering flashlights. Evelyn felt a mix of excitement and trepidation course through her veins. A night had to be different. Unspoken agreement lingered among them. This night held potential for answers, or perhaps even deeper mysteries yet untold. With the observatory left behind, they sat in a circle, eyes trained on the vastness above. Dr. Hale maintained his skeptical demeanor, but couldn't entirely mask his curiosity as he adjusted his telescope. Henry scanned the horizon restlessly, clutching his assortment of documents filled with theories about alien life. Suddenly, as twilight deepened into true nightfall, Evelyn's heart raced when she sensed an unusual shift in the air around them, a charged energy that prickled against her skin. Began quietly, whispers danced on the wind, fluttering through branches like leaves caught in a gentle breeze. And it happened, the S-light appeared again, brighter and more vibrant than before, stretched across the sky like a neon ribbon unfurling through cosmic fabric. Asps echoed around them as colors swirled within its form, electric blue mingling with fiery red and soft green, morphing into shapes resembling ancient symbols. Yet amidst this awe-inspiring sight lay something darker lurking nearby. Evelyn squinted against the brilliance overhead and suddenly caught sight of a shadowy figure emerging from behind tall trees lining their setup area. Her breath hitched in her throat as she blinked rapidly, trying to dispel what felt like an illusion, but there it remained, a tall silhouette cloaked in darkness that seemed to merge seamlessly with shadows cast by flickering lanterns. Feeling unease ripple through her companions, Evelyn instinctively nudged Lily beside her. Lily followed her gaze, but only saw emptiness where she pointed, confusion etched onto her face, heightened by rising tension thickening around all gathered there. Henry remained entranced by patterns swirling above him. The S-light held his attention captive while he stayed oblivious to what lingered close behind their group, just out of reach, yet growing ever closer inch by inch, undetected still. In that moment, panic rose abruptly, hurried breaths replaced calm exclamations, a sense of dread washed over everyone present as they realized suddenly they weren't alone beneath this celestial tapestry, unfolding magnificently. For them, driven by adrenaline coursing wildly within him despite lingering doubts unvoiced, Henry dared step forward toward where he believed an entity awaited, what he thought might be proof positive, verifying everything he'd ever claimed about extraterrestrial contact. His movements felt clumsy yet determined, fueled entirely by hope tinged dangerously close to desperation. Vanished without warning. One moment stood shrouded within darkness beside them, and then poof, all traces evaporated, leaving nothing behind except lingering echoes resonating throughout empty space, making hearts race faster. Going loud enough to drown out whispers, fading away too quickly, leaving silence hauntingly deafening, ringing incessantly through ears, yearning still for clarity amidst chaos, unraveling around each individual, grappling unsuccessfully. Confronting fears bubbling forth, forcing realizations, neither anticipated facing fully, until united reluctantly despite differences, honed sharp edges, sharpened further from prior debates, now melting slowly away into shadows surrounding. Arcane skies overhead, forever entwined, destined to collide at last, fulfilling purpose, meant long ago hidden beyond corporeal boundaries, unbroken, remaining steadfast, urging exploration, continuing onward, even if paths diverged eventually. Drifting apart, inevitably reaching separate destinations, guided solely by instincts, leading forth discovery, beckoning, continually inviting brave souls. Take flight, soar high, unfurl wings, follow dreams, chasing echoes, untold stories yearning. Breathe life midst silent nights, awaiting adventurers willing grasp, hold tightly, unravel enigmas always waiting just beyond reach, hovering tantalizingly close, urging inquisitive spirits chase, after unknowns revealing themselves only to those daring enough venture forth, plunging headlong into realms unexplored. Thus, under starlit skies alive with possibilities looming endlessly ahead, they parted ways, forever changed by shared experiences bound together through moments forged alongside shimmering lights illuminating truths long obscured, hidden beneath layers once thought impenetrable, transcending reality, blending both myth and belief, inseparably shaping futures intertwined, threading destinies, intricately turning pages, completing chapters, igniting flames, burning brightly, guiding pathways, welcoming wanderers homeward.